Today we have a very interesting question, which is how often should a couple do the twa-twa in a week? As a married woman, married woman of 1 year and some change,
certified to give you bad advice.
Should man and wife do the thing
in
a week?
Actually,
in the span of
you know what
days?
They asked? How often can a couple or should a couple be intimate?
Yeah, that is what they have asked. Mimi, I'm asking you my question.
What are you asking?
How often should people twa-twa in a week?
As frequently and as often as you have the strength to.
Is there a minimum?
Hakuna minimum na kuna
maximum.
Is there
a maximum?
Hakuna. If you want to twa until, okay, maybe parts shouldn't be hurting. Let's just start from there. Let there be no injuries, okay? Unless that's what you're into. I don't know what y'all do at your house. Unless you're getting to a point where the body parts are feeling raw because of all the ratioing that people have been collecting from this from this marriage. Unless that's the case, do you as often and as frequently as you want. If often and frequent is once a week, babes, often and frequent is once a week, okay? If often and frequent is like some people I saw wakisema uko kwa internet, gay alisema na nguvu yake yote, akisema like, you know, now we're going through like a tough time, we're only having like intercourse 7 times a day, and I'm just so stressed because I'm like, what have I done? 7 times a day, kwani mnadu? As in, unajua, bedhe hao ni watu jobless. It's giving jobless
You cannot
behavior.
have a job and be out
7
here.
times.
Even if you're working remotely.
It's minimum. Hata kama you're working from home. 7.
Yeah.
Kare hourly. You know, every 2 hours, mko every 2 hours. Are you getting anything done?
You need a hub.
Are you people successful in your lives?
You need a job.
It's giving broke behavior. Anyway, but like as I said, if it's 7 times a day or more, that's you. That's what you're into. If you're feeling like ovulation has come through and this time imekuja na ubaya and you only do it during ovulation week, do what you gotta do, boo. Mkitaka pateni. Okay, itisha gawiwa.
Okay, taka pita, Anyway, but then there's intercourse and there's twa-twa and there's, you know, doing all of these things, screaming and waking neighbors. But then there's also the act of intimacy.
Girl.
And often we forget that intimacy goes beyond sexual intercourse. Intimacy is how you feel towards how you respond to each other, you know, the connection between you two. But now the question is there a frequency for intimacy, or should this just be like a base, like the resounding theme in a relationship for it to thrive? That's the question. Because what do you mean there's a frequency for intimacy? Unless we are thinking of intimacy as intercourse. I feel like if you're an intimate partner, we are intimate all through. We are connected. We're like this, okay? So anyway, experts who decided to put their work on the internet said that there is a frequency, or rather there's a time for everything. It's true, there's a time for everything. But now, what kind of intimacy are we sharing? What kind? I feel like there are things you can do to strengthen your relationship. There are things that bring you closer to each other. For example, is it date night? Is it doing chores together? Is it working out together? And I feel like if you just leave it out there, if you leave the relationship to just do the thing on its own, it will end up fizzling and fading out. It will end up you guys now seeing other people as attractive, the spark is out, but there are these small things that you do together with your partner that bring you closer together. So ask yourself, do you and your partner do things together? Because it's very easy. Mimi niko kazi, wewe uko kazi, tunakuja home, tunakutana, tunalala. Si wewe ni wangu na mimi ni wako. As in, you guys don't do anything beyond just being together. But there are these small things you could do. Like, do you do dishes together? Do you just hang out and just watch a movie together? Things that, do you gossip together? Just things that bring you closer. Because trust me, you're not betraying somebody you gist with. They know too much about you.
They really do. They have ammunition.
They have ammunition.
They can destroy. They can destroy you by one snipe, and they know exactly where to hit. Another one is understanding the season. And I think this is very, very vital because unfortunately, not everyone has disco matanga. Okay, listen, be serious. Not everyone is enjoying disco matanga. When you're going through grief, loss, a tough financial situation, postpartum, in fact, even sometimes prenatal combination, some people just get depressed just before they give birth because they're thinking they've lost the end of an era. You will never be alone ever again. You know what I mean? As in, there are so many seasons that happen in life. You know, sometimes you are sick. Yeah, sicknesses that are not necessarily chronic, but you have a flu. Let me ask. Okay, there's a time I had a flu this week. My husband had a flu the next week, and then he infected me, and then I had a flu the next week. And then I infected him again, and then he had a flu the next week. Isn't he weekend, bro?
1 month.
1 month. Even to just like that. You know, of course, you're going to, you know, but that doesn't necessarily mean that the intimacy ended. The intimacy didn't end because when I was sick and I was bedridden, he would wake up in the morning, he would make me breakfast, he would bring me breakfast in bed, he would give me my medication, he had a clock, he had a timer. Bro, this man had a timer. Ajua saa ya medication, nakuja naamshwa, napatiwa ka maji moto, napatiwa ka snack, alafu unapewa dawa, alafu unaambiwa go back to bed. Ananichapia tu story hapo, almost like a lullaby. Shoop! I black out. He wakes me up again at lunch to give me lunch, which he made, gives me medication. You get, that is still intimacy, my dude. That's still intimacy. When he is sick, I'm also doing the same thing for him. You're trying to tell me that intimacy has to begin and end at sex. What happens when you're sick for 1 month like us? What will you do? You people will just be dry. Amongeleshani kila mtoko on separate sides of the bed. Mnaishi tu venye mnaishi. No, intimacy has to respect seasons. And that's why intimacy cannot only be limited to bound chika wow wow. All right? All right, y'all?
And also sometimes you find yourself asking, Kwani, there's something wrong with my partner. Kwani, there's something wrong with me. Because you find that the way you guys are bomchikawawing, see your frequency, you know, the way you believe that when you get married, it's going to be every day, all the time, in the kitchen, in the bed, in the balcony, on the rooftop. And then unafika unashindwa, guy, kwani niko nchi ingine? Because things are not happening. So it's now time for you to introspect and ask yourself, like, am I putting unnecessary pressure on my partner? And what is the motivation behind me only associating intimacy with sexual connection? That should be a question you should ask yourself. For example, maybe your partner is busy, but you refuse to see that, and you also only say, I'm the man, I need to, you know, I need my needs met. I need you to lay down the pipe. I need you to do the plumbing in this house. And maybe your partner is stressed at work. Maybe your partner is dealing with a lot of things, but you refuse to see beyond what your partner is going through. And simply, I'm like, my needs need to be met. So ask yourself, what is the motivation between me requiring sexual closeness to be the only form of intimacy in our relationship? Because that's a problem. What do you mean I can't even hug you without you like doing something funny with my butt? You know, like, what do you mean we can't just hang out without you doing something fishy? And you know, when you do that, when you always make those sexual suggestions with your partner, even, you know, maybe they're crying, they had a long day at work, but you're like this, you're ready to go. They kind of start avoiding you, because I know even if I needed a hug, I had a long day, you're going to turn it into something else. Even if I told you, Aki, I have a backache, please give me a massage, you're going to like do this little on my back, and then do other things, and then all of a sudden you're done. So now I'm left with, okay, you had a good time, good for you, but I still have a backache. I still have emotional closeness that has not been met. I still have a long day and I haven't gotten a hug from my person because he decided to fondle my tits when I was hugging. Guys, what's your motivation behind all of these things?
I think you've made a really excellent point about refocusing the goal. Intimacy, refocus intimacy and make it be more about connection. Because essentially we all are looking for connection, and connection, let me say, intimacy when you're connected is beautiful. And you will find that these two funny habits, like you don't want to wake up the first one because unajua ukiamka kama yameamka itakuwa
make
tu
breakfast. Oh.
no itakuwa tu ni tuatua, they just want tuatua. Same thing is like refocusing things. For example, you're kissing just to kiss. I feel like especially that, just making out with someone, I'm just kissing you because I want to kiss you. The end. This doesn't have to end up with our clothes all over the place, This doesn't have to end up with us being sweaty and disgusting and needing to shower. This is just kissing. I'm just kissing you because I love you. Just refocusing those moments of intimacy into more of a connection, If I am coming to help you, just as Sturia said, I have a backache, could you please just give me a massage? It is just that. I don't need to be dreading the fact that if I tell you to give me a massage, now I have to, massage other parts of your body, babes. I don't want to.
Cuddling.
Cuddling doesn't always need to be a means to an end, guys. Like, just refocus those moments and just make them more about connection than about sexual gratification and pleasure. Because that one person will feel used and they'll start avoiding you. They will start feeling like they can't be open and honest with you. Just the examples you've given were brilliant. Like, you can't cry on this person's shoulder because when you cry, they'll start pushing your head.
Let me give you something else for those tears.
Let me shut you up.
Let me give you a reason.
Let me show you what you can do with that mouth.
Guys.
Like, refocus those tendencies into connection and you will find that your intimacy will increase. Imagine I've given this scenario many times. You wake up in the morning to your partner just kissing you in the cheek. Good morning. Going off and doing whatever it is they're doing. You go into the kitchen to do the dishes. They come and join you and help you do the dishes. And then as you're finishing up on the dishes, they're like, baby, what do you want for breakfast? They're starting to make the eggs over there. Unarusha toast huku umekelea butter. Immediately after that, they help with setting the table, putting things on the table. You sit down, you have a lovely breakfast. After that, they're off, you're off, doing whatever it is you're doing. Lunchtime, as your pots and pans, anasikia kuku, anakuja mbio, anajaribu kukusaidia. In the evening, they're helping you clean up with these dishes. If you're folding laundry, they're helping you on this other side. Imagine, why would you not want to give this person everything that they want? Why would you not be doing whatever they want you to do? It just becomes very natural. You feel attracted to this person, you feel grateful, you feel secure, you feel happy and fulfilled. And that is the only way. Women, it's just that simple. Help us feel connected to you so that we can feel connected to you as well, right? And I promise you, when your woman is happy, when your man is happy, everyone is going to have, they're going to be nuts somewhere in the proximity. All right?
Child.
I'm sorry for dirtying your mind.
But we do hope this helps you out. We hope that at least with this conversation, you've realized sometimes people just need a hug. Sometimes cuddling is just cuddling. Sometimes your partner just wants to hang out without you getting sweaty. And if also this has given you an opportunity to start that conversation and say, hey, babe, sometimes let's just hang out. Because, you'd hate to resent your partner because you can't have any intimate act without it being bam chika wawa. You really resent your partner. So, yeah, I hope you'll have an opportunity to have this conversation in an attacking manner. So, mwambie, kila siku tune. Nah, approach it share your point of view. Anyway, that was our show. My name is Turife, and I'll see you tomorrow.
My name is Kasomi. Bye.
I'm gonna